I'll make my communication later. We go to the next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4. Other papers, Mr. Speaker. There are 2 papers to be laid. The first one is by brief.
Thank you, Honorable Mongishuki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to lay the committee the report on the Nyandarua County Climate Change Amendment Bill 2024.
The report is duly tabled. The same shall be processed as directed by the House Business Committee, that is pursuant to Standing Order 157.5D. Next order.
Under the same order, there is a paper by Honorable Zachary Mwagijero, the Chairperson, Committee on Finance, Economic Planning, ICT and Revenue.
Very well. Honorable Zachary Mwagijero.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to table the report on the Committee of Finance, Economic Planning, ICT and Revenue, on the County Revenue Fund Annual Report and Financial Statements for the year ended 30th day of June 2025. I do table.
Thank you, Honorable Zachary. Member for Nyakio, the report is duly tabled. The same shall be processed as directed by the House Business Committee, that is pursuant to Standing Order 157.5D. Next order.
The financial state 30th day of June 2025 as a report of the House 2025 as a report of the House and the recommendations therein as the resolution of the House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Zachary. Notice motion is duly given and the same shall be processed as directed by the House Business Committee, that is pursuant to Standing Order 157.5D. Next order.
Order number 7, statements. Under this order, there is a statement by Honorable Joseph Kuriedhu, the Chairperson. This order, there is a statement by Honorable Joseph Kuriedhu, the Chairperson, Committee on Sports, Youth Empowerment and Arts.
Very well. Honorable Joseph Kuriedhu, Chairperson, Committee on Sports, Youth Empowerment and Arts.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Committee of Youth Affairs, Sports and Innovation, we have the response. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Committee of Youth Affairs, Sports and Innovation, we have the response to a statement sought by Honorable Naomi Mudhoni-Ng'ang'a on the status of the Nyandarua County Youth Policy, establishment of a County Youth Council, and the implementation of youth agribusiness programs. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On to table. Let me proceed by reading it through. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish to take this opportunity on behalf of the committee to tender my appreciation to your office and that of the clerk for the support accorded for the successful execution of the committee's mandates. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to recognize the commitment and the selflessness of the members of the committee and the Secretariat during the entire period of preparation and compilation of the statement response. Finally, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the members of the committee, it is my distinguished duty and my pleasure to present to the House the committee's response to a statement sought by Honorable Naomi Mudhoni-Ng'ang'a on the statement of the Nyandarua County Youth Policy, establishment of a County Youth Council, and implementation of the youth agribusiness programs. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Committee on Youth Empowerment, Sports and Arts is one of the sectoral committees established under the Standing Orders number 200 of the Nyandarua County Standing Orders, June 2022, with the mandate and functions to 1, investigate, inquire into, and report on matters relating to the mandate management activities, administration, operations, and estimates of the assigned departments. Another function is to study the program and policy objectives of the department and effectiveness of the implementation. Another one is to study and review all county legislation referred to it. We also do the study, access, analyze the relative success of the departments as measured by the results obtained as compared with its stated objectives. We also investigate and inquire into all matters relating to the assigned departments as they may deem necessary. We also vet and report on all appointments where the Constitution or any law requires the Assembly to approve, and to make reports recommendations to the Assembly as often as possible, including recommendations for the proposed registrations. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee's composition, we have myself, Honorable Kuria Joseph Duo, as the chairperson. We have Honorable Kedenji Rusikageni as the vice chairperson. We have Honorable Maina Peter Mwangi as a member, Honorable Manga Patience Nyambura as a member. We have Honorable Mbogo Mboro as a member. We have Honorable Juliana Mugore as a member. We have Honorable Mwangi Milka Nyambura as a member. Finally, we have Wainaina Samuel Madhu and Rimui Honorable Kayani Samuel as members. We have our secretariat as Ms. Patricia Chege. Mr. Speaker, sir, under the provisions of the Standing Order number 46, subsection 2C, Honorable Naomi Ngati has sought a statement for their chairperson, Committee on Youth Empowerment, Sports and Arts, on the status of the Nyandarua County Youth Policy, the establishment of a County Youth Council, and the implementation of youth agribusiness programs. The statements read as shown below. Mr. Speaker, we have the whole statement as sought by Honorable Naomi there as tabled. So, Mr. Speaker, the department response received and analyzed by the committees as follows: the current status of the Nyandarua County Youth Policy. Regarding the current status of the Nyandarua County Youth Policy, the CCM informed the committee that the department had initially developed 3 separate policy drafts from the Directorates of Youth Affairs, Sports and Innovation. However, to promote an integrated and coordinated approach to the service delivery, the department resolved to merge the 3 drafts into a single comprehensive policy document. The consolidated policy seeks to align the objectives of all directorates, streamline implementation processes, and eliminate duplication of efforts. We had number 2, a clear statement of whether there are concrete plans to establish a Nyandarua Youth Council as per express provisions of Section 35 of the National Youth Council Act, and if so, the roadmap including the planned election or nomination process and the budget allocation for its authorization. On the establishment of a Nyandarua County Youth Council, the CCM clarified that the National Youth Council Act does not provide for the creation of a county-level youth council. Consequently, the department has no immediate plans to establish a county-specific youth council, as doing so would fall outside the legal framework of the Acts. Nonetheless, the department continues to collaborate actively with stakeholders recognized under the National Youth Council framework in implementing youth-focused programs and initiatives across the county. Through these partnerships, the department ensures that Nyandarua youth benefit from national policies, programs, and opportunities aimed at empowerment. We also had the question number 3. That was the status of all youth programs in the county, specifically those focused on agriculture and agribusiness, included but not limited to the number of youth groups currently benefiting from agricultural support, such as input subsidies, training, or access to land and markets. We also had B, the nature and impact of existing agribusiness empowerment funds, grants, or loans accessible to the youth. We also had any partnerships with agricultural institutions or private sector actors to support youth in agribusiness. So our response, the CCM reported that the department has supported 250 youth groups engaged in the agriculture through provision of equipments and inputs aimed at promoting agribusiness and enhancing youth participation across various agricultural value chains. The support has included the supply of beehives, incubators, greenhouses, yogurt making machines, milk ATMs, and other farm-related tools and machinery. Despite these interventions, the department confirmed that there are currently no agribusiness-specific empowerment funds, grants, or loans facilities accessible to the youth. Additionally, there are no active partnerships with agricultural institutions, training bodies, or private sector actors to enhance technical support, training, market access, or financing for the youth agribusiness initiatives. We had report number 4. A report on any plan to have a structured Nyandarua Youth Service program to provide our young people with opportunities for national and county service, skills development, and patriotism akin to the national government's programs. Our response, the CCM reported that a budget of 2 million Kenya shillings has been allocated in the current financial year for the formulation of the Nyandarua Youth Service policy. The development process will be inclusive and participatory, involving key stakeholders such as relevant county departments, youth representatives, and development partners to ensure the policy reflects the needs and aspirations of the youth. Additionally, a proposed allocation of 46 million Kenya shillings has been set aside in the financial year 2026-2027 for the implementation of the Nyandarua Youth Service. This allocation will cater for the training, tooling, and startup capital to equip young people with practical skills, enhance employability, and promote self-reliance through productive engagements. The department will align the program with the initiative under the national government. The committee observations and findings on the status of the Nyandarua County Youth Policy. The committee notes that the department efforts to consolidate the 3 draft policies on youth affairs, sports, and innovation into a single comprehensive policy aimed at enhancing coordination and efficiency. However, it observes delays in the process and urges the department to fast-track validation and finalization by 31st December 2025, noting that the absence of an approved policy continues to hinder the structured implementation of youth programs. We also observed on the establishment of the Nyandarua Youth Council, the committee takes note of the clarification that the National Youth Council Act does not currently provide for the establishment of a county-level youth councils. Nevertheless, the committee observed that the lack of a county-specific youth coordination framework limits effective youth representation and engagement at the local level. We also had an observation aligning with the youth agribusiness programs. The committee appreciates the department's support to over 250 youth groups through agricultural equipments. However, it notes that the lack of impact assessment data and the absence of partnerships with key agricultural institutions and private sector actors to enhance technical support, market access, and financing. On the proposed Nyandarua Youth Service Program, the committee acknowledges the allocation of the 2 million Kenya shillings for the formulation of the Nyandarua Youth Service Policy in the current financial year, and the proposed 46 million Kenya shillings in the financial year 2026-2027 budget for its implementation, and emphasizes the importance of ensuring conduct a comprehensive impact assessment of all youth agribusiness programs implemented across the county and develop a monitoring and evaluation M&E framework to guide future interventions. Number 2, that the county CCM, Youth, Sports and Innovation shall ensure adequate stakeholder participation in the formulation of the Nyandarua County Youth Service Policy to guarantee inclusivity, accountability, and alignment with both county and national youth empowerment programs. The private sector
All your recommendations are based on shall. Do they have leeway to or not to?
must do. It's a
So
compulsory
it should
thing.
be should.
Youth empowerment in Nyandarua County. However, it emphasizes that the urgent need to operationalize the youth policy, strengthen institutional frameworks, and the scale-up youth-centered programs, particularly in the agribusiness and skill developments. The committee initiatives to the benefit of the Nyandarua youth young population. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Kuriathu, for that response. The seeker of the statement was Honorable Naomi Ngatia. So the response has been duly read. So Honorable Naomi Ngatia is now present. So in that case, we go to the next order. Maybe as we proceed, in regard to the response by Honorable Kuriathu, I have noted that the statement response has got some recommendations. In that spirit, I now direct the chairperson, that is Honorable Kuriathu, to bring in a notice of motion for the recommendations to be adopted. Yeah, for those recommendations to be adopted as resolutions of this House. Clerk, next order.
Under the same order, Mr. Speaker, there is a statement by Honorable Samuel Rimui Kayeni.
Very well. And I keep repeating, it's Engineer Honorable Samuel Rimui Kayeni. So, welcome, Honorable Kayeni.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Like I've always said, I don't take it for granted. The recognition is earned. Honorable Speaker, regarding the response on the statement sought on the matter of Nyandarua County Trade Development and Investment Authority, Honorable Speaker, I want to register once again my disappointment on matters, availability of the information as sought from the relevant authority. Honorable Speaker, I wish to inform this House that the Department of Trade that I oversight has had the highest turnover in terms of officials or officers in that who have been assigned that docket. Honorable Speaker, I want to inform this House that we are having our 4th chief officer in that department. And the matters sought were, the chief officers currently in that docket is not able because he's not even settled since he was deployed in that department and has not been able to access the information as requested. And for that reason is not able to grant us the information adequately to warrant a response that is convincing to this Honorable House or satisfactory to this Honorable House. And for that reason, Honorable Speaker, once again, with a heavy heart and big disappointment, request or move this Honorable House to give us a little more time to allow that the state chief officer, the new chief officer who has come in, to advance herself with the matters at hand, or even consider whether we should call the chief officer who has been moved to the other department to answer the matters that were arose while the state chief officer, who is now acting in another department, is called to respond to this matter. But in the meantime, Honorable Speaker, as we give the chief officer, the new chief officer, time to settle down, she just came in from water, and Environment time to be able to look into this matter and respond to us. So again, Honorable Speaker, with a heavy disappointment, I move this House to allow us more time, 90 days if possible, because we'll be proceeding on recess to be able to address this matter. I'm very disappointed on this, to say this. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well. The seeker of that statement appears not to be in the House. So the said duration is granted, and clerk ensure the said same is within our business tracker. Clerk, next order.
Order number 8, motions and bills. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have a motion to be moved by Honorable Elijah Mwangi Nyaga, leader of the majority party.
Very well. Honorable Mary Kabiro, the majority whip.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the majority leader, I beg to move the following motion: that the thanks of the Assembly be recorded for the exposition of public policy as contained in the annual state of the county addressed by His Excellency the Governor, as a report of the House, and recommendations therein as the resolutions of the House. Mr. Speaker, I was not able to attend the address, but I tried to follow it online. There is a figure I am still very doubtful about, kilometers. I hope the member who seconds me will maybe expound on it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. From Murungaro, Honorable Ibrahim Maina.
Thank you, majority whip. Minority whip.
Thank you.
Ibra for being kind enough to agree to support a motion from the majority. Honorable Speaker, indeed, even the Bible says there's time for everything. In the book of, what is that book, Honorable? Ecclesiastes, it says there's time for everything. And indeed, we've come to the time for resting, taking a break from our ordinary or normal activities in the assembly. And indeed, unless we are being called to take a break, I do know very well, just too well, an elected leader never takes a break from his leadership roles. And for this reason, we may take a break from the mandate of the assembly, but true to it, we're going back to our people to be able to engage with them, interact with them on a day-to-day basis, be able to feel them, feel the challenges they are experiencing, and be able to also understand anything new that might have cropped up while we are here. At the same time also, be able to look back and see and enumerate the achievement that we've been able to achieve within the time that we've come. This far that we've come, indeed, it has taken the hand of the Lord. And we cannot fail to recognize that fact, that God has been so gracious to us, to preserve us and conserve us and bring us this far, to even adjourn, to take a break, and especially during this festive season of Christmas. So, as I support this motion, second this motion, Honorable Speaker, I also want to take the earliest opportunity to wish my colleague members of staff, and yourself, Honorable Speaker, a very Merry Christmas and a happy, prosperous 2026, the year of the Lord. And as you do so, kindly extend the generosity, the spirit of the festive season of Christmas to your neighbors, those who are close to you, the less fortunate, and above all, appreciate those who have been kind to you, to us, especially, our Sergeant Gatonga, who indeed, in the midst of the governor's address, did treat this house to some niceties of some right moments. So we must appreciate these people. The team that went to Meru, all of you did a wonderful job. You raised the flag of Nyandarua very high. The tug of war team, the dart team. Honorable Speaker, I know you belong to the golf team. We are yet to receive the report about your performance in that, but I do know you did very well, whichever way you did, because you actually represented us. Everybody who participated in these activities, I want to wish you the very best. I want to wish you God. I want to wish you the Lord. As you join your families, I want to wish you well. And let us meet, God willing, here in February next year, or any other time that the Honorable Speaker may call this house to convene, in one piece, with our heads above our shoulders. And with those many few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I second.
Thank you, Honorable Kayeni. I now propose the question, which is that, pursuant to Standing Order 29, this House does resolve to adjourn its sitting in accordance with the Assembly legislative calendar, such that the House does resolve to adjourn its sittings from its sitting of today, the 3rd day of December 2025 at 2:30 p.m. to Tuesday, the 10th day of February 2026 at 2:30 p.m. Honorable members, this motion is a motion that does not require a question to be put. Before I adjourn the House, I have a communication to make. Honorable member, I have a communication on the expiry of the life of various standing committees of the Assembly. Honorable members, you recall that on 8th October 2025, I gave directions on the life of various committees, namely the Public Account and Investment Committee, the Budget and Appropriations Committee, the Committee on Implementation, and the Committee on Delegated County Legislation. In my communication, I direct that the 4 committees, namely Public Accounts and Investment Committee, Budget and Appropriation Committee, Committee on Implementation, and the Committee on Delegated County Legislation, do proceed with their businesses and mandates up and until the end of the current session, as guided by the Standing Order 28, to ensure minimal disruption of the businesses currently under consideration. Number 2, that the 4 committees do ensure that they table and dispense with the businesses currently under consideration by the 3rd day of December, that is 2025. Number 3, that the House Business Committee does continue consulting with the membership of the House for it to make an informed decision on the nomination of the members to the committees while taking into consideration the views of the assembly parties and the interests of the independent members and special interest groups. Honorable members, as of today, the 3rd day of December 2025, the concerned committees did not expedite the businesses that are under consideration before them that necessitated the extension of the life of the membership thereof. I also note that the House Business Committee has not reported on the decision reached on the membership of the 4 committees. In light of the foregoing, and while considering that the Budget and Appropriation Committee has an important business of consideration of the County Annual Development Plan, that is financial year 2026-2027, I find no reason to cut short the lives of the said committees. I therefore direct that the Public Accounts and Investment Committee, Budget and Appropriation Committee, Committee on Implementation, and Committee on Delegated County Registrations do continue with the consideration of the businesses before them until I give further direction on the matter. B, I direct that the House Business Committee does continue consulting with the membership of the House for it to make an informed decision on the nomination of the members to the said committees while taking into consideration the views of the assembly parties and the interests of independent members and special interest groups. Further, honorable members, I must express my disappointment on the many committees that have pending businesses before them and some that have failed to report within the set statutory timelines or within the timelines directed. I urge the committee to revitalize their energy during the recess and ensure that all pending reports are ready for consideration as the House resumes for the 5th session. I now take this opportunity to wish the members and staff of this County Assembly and the resident of Nyandarua a happy festive season. May the spirit of love and brotherhood abound as we purpose to share what you have with the less fortunate in society. Honorable members, I also wish to officially invite you all to the 9th Annual County Prayer Breakfast, which shall be held on Friday the 5th day of December 2025, starting from 7 a.m. this year's from 7 a.m. This year's prayer breakfast is themed Leading with Integrity, Service and Purpose. You are all welcome. Thank you, honorable members. There being no other business to transact during this sitting, I now adjourn the House to Tuesday the 10th